And then get comfortable in the meditation posture. Focus your attention within on an object of meditation. And visualize all sentient beings around you, even with your parents on either side, your family and friends, on your sides and behind you. Those whom you're most prone to become angry with, so directly in front of you, facing towards you. All the other sentient beings seated around in human form, loving practicing, doing the practice together with you. And then while visualizing all sentient beings, try to generate the four immeasurable attitudes. As well as generating motivation, immeasurable equanimity on the basis of that, immeasurable love, compassion, and joy, wishing that all sentient beings have every state of well-being up to full enlightenment. And then try to culminate with the attitude of bodhicitta, taking on upon oneself personal responsibility to free all sentient beings from suffering and bring them to the highest state of enlightenment by oneself, quickly becoming enlightened. For that purpose, I engage in this practice of meditating on reciting the mantra Tara. So take a few moments and meditate like that. So try to maintain some degree in these attitudes of love, compassion, extended towards all sentient beings and bodhicitta motivation. But try to maintain some degree of those in your mind through the rest of the session. So now turn to refuge. I can visualize Shakyamuni Buddha, feel the refuge. Shakyamuni Buddha is in essence with the teachers, essence with the Dharma, essence with the Sangha. So visualize a field of refuge, representations of the Buddha, Dharma, Sangha in space in front of you. And remember their ability to protect us from suffering in the realms, and all of them are and to lead us to perfect enlightenment. Due to having the ability to unmistakably teach, communicate, and lead us in meditation on the Four Noble Truths, and within their own realization of those. General unwavering faith, and Sangha. And then we can go for refuge, but the first verse of this God's meditation and go to that. I take refuge in the Holy Guru, essence of all Buddhas, original grantor of all holy teachings, and the Lord of all supreme beings. I take refuge in the Holy Guru, essence of all Buddhas, original grantor of all holy teachings, and the Lord of all supreme beings. I take refuge in the Holy Guru, essence of all Buddhas, original grantor of all holy teachings, and the Lord of all supreme beings. Now we can continue with this glance meditation. Please, Guru Buddhas, bestow on me the ability to unify my mind with the Dharma and be successful in practicing Dharma in order to achieve the graduated path to enlightenment. May no hindrances occur while achieving this path, while practicing this path. Please bless me to realize that I have received a perfect human rebirth, which is highly meaningful, for many reasons difficult to obtain, but perishable, transient, and fragile, decaying in the shortest moment because of its changeable nature, because we're dying. Thus, my death is definite, but its actual time is most indefinite. So it's not sure when we're going to die. And after death, I'm far more likely to be reborn in the lower suffering realms, having created infinitely more negative than positive karma, and this and all previous lives. Please bestow on me, please bless me to comprehend how incredibly unendurable is the suffering of the lower realms, that I may take refuge in the Buddha, Dharma, and Sangha with all my heart, and realize the evolution of karma and its profundity, that I might perform only virtuous actions and abandon all negative creations. By practicing this way, I will be reborn in upper realms, but will still have to experience unlimited samsara suffering because of uncontrolled delusion of karma. Please bless me to realize fully the evolution of samsara, from uncontrolled rebirth to death to rebirth, and to follow day and night the three higher trainings of the path: higher conduct, higher concentration, and higher wisdom, which are the main methods to release me from samsara. But as each sentient being has been my mother, and as most of them are in extreme suffering, please bless me to bring success to all by renouncing the perfect happiness of self and practicing the Bodhisattva's deeds of the six perfections, for the Bodhisattva's mind of exchanging self with others on the basis of the equanimity meditation. Thus I shall have no sorrow in experiencing the samsaric suffering of all mothers and beings, for no matter how long, having trained my mind in the general path. Vajrayana path, please bless me to follow the quick Vajrayana teachings by feeling sensibly suffering very unimaginably unbearable for even the shortest moment as my own, and to achieve the attainment of Shakyamuni Buddha immediately at this very moment by keeping my ordinations and instructions of the Guru with the best and highest care in this life, with the sole purpose of enlightening all sentient beings. So I would take a moment and just reflect on the long. Yeah, reflect on the points of the graduated path, either as expressed in that prayer or as we understand it. To kind of reinforce our motivation and also to plant imprints in the mind for generating all the realizations. of the path shared with lower triple beings, middle triple beings, and the path of higher triple beings. So reflect briefly on each topic. Okay, then we can continue on with the sadhana. So visualize above the crown of my head. I visualize the lotus and this upon these is the great treasury of compassion, Aryatara, mother of all enlightened beings, who is oneness of mankind, the Guru. Right, so we visualize mainly a Guru in form with Tara at his heart. Her heart. My Guru is seated in the full lotus position within a transparent sphere of rainbow colored light. Is pink in complexion and wears saffron robes, so monks wear those robes, and a Buddha's Pandit's hat. His right hand is at his heart in the gesture of teaching the Dharma, and holds a Vajra in the stem of a white lotus that blossoms beside his right ear. His left hand rests on his hip. It holds a bell in the stem of another white lotus that blossoms beside his left ear. And the Guru's heart is Aryatara, female aspect, green in color, and seated in the dancing posture within a rainbow bubble. The left leg is bent up, and the right leg is outstretched, totally outstretched. Her left hand is at her heart in the mudra symbolizing the gem, and holding the stem of a blue flower. The right hand is extended over her right knee and is in the mudra of granting sublime realizations. She is beautifully adorned with jeweled ornaments and scarves, and at her three places, means her forehead and crown, her throat, and her heart chakra. Mainly it's at her crown chakra, I should say. So it's kind of just under the crown, in the center of the head, just in front of the central channel. Crown chakra, her throat chakra, and her heart chakra, three places. So at her three places, there's syllables Om, Hum. At her heart is a lotus and a moon seed, on which stands a radiant green syllable Hum. Rays of green light radiate in all directions from the tongue and invoke all the enlightened beings in the 10 directions. They are all absorbed into Ayatara and become one. Let's try to do this visualization clearly as we can. Say Guru above the crown of your head. It doesn't say the size, usually about the size of the tip of your thumb. The last above the middle, there's only one joint in the middle of the thumb, so the part above that joint. So about that size or down to the size of a grain of rice. Smaller, so the Guru above the crown of your head, the Guru's heart, and his Avatara. So whatever you can, no matter what you can visualize, good. Mainly feel the Guru is there, present, crown of the head, here, his or her ordinary human aspect, and that the Guru is one essence, Tara, and this essence is appearing as Tara, very center of the Guru's heart chakra. So now we make a prayer. Please remain above my head until I receive enlightenment. And then we again go for refuge and general gratitude. I go for refuge until I am enlightened to the Buddha, the Dharma, and Supreme Assembly on my merit from giving and other perfections. May I become a Buddha in order to benefit all sentient beings. I go for refuge until I am enlightened to the Buddha, the Dharma, and the Supreme Assembly on my merit from giving and other perfections. May I become a Buddha in order to benefit all sentient beings. I go for refuge until I am enlightened to the Buddha, the Dharma, and the Supreme Assembly on my merit from giving and other perfections. May I become a Buddha in order to benefit all sentient beings. And then we offer the 7-limb prayer to the Guru and Tara above the crown of the head. With my body, speech, and mind, I without the prostrate. I offer all offerings, both real and magic. So objects pleasing to the 5 senses, and also objects pleasing to the holy mind, the Guru and Tara. All sins and offenses amassed from the beginning of time, I confess. So again, with the 4 powers of confession. I rejoice in all virtuous actions of holy and ordinary beings. O Gurus and Buddhas, please remain until samsara ends and turn within the Dharma for sentient beings. All virtues, all my virtues, and those of all others, I dedicate to the great enlightenment. Affirm Dalai. So, this ground, anointed with perfume, strewn with flowers, adorned with Mount Meru, 4 continents, the sun, and the moon. I imagine this as a Buddha field and offer it. All living beings enjoy this pure land. The objects of my attachment, aversion, ignorance, friends, enemies, and strangers, and my body, wealth, and enjoyments, without any sense of loss, offer this correction. Please accept it with pleasure, and bless me with freedom from 3 pleasures. And we'll do this visualization of the 4 purifications, the body, speech, mind, and subtle exclusions. So each one has a request, and then we visualize afterwards that the purification is happening. Please bless me. So, and the purification is coming from the Guru and Tara, which is in essence one in nature with all the Buddhas, the 10 directions. Please bless me to purify all obscurations or non-virtues of my body, so that they will become one in essence with Guru Tara's holy Vajra body. So then visualize white light emanates from Om and Tara's brow or crown chakra and curves in an arc into my brow. My body is purified completely of all obscurations and becomes one in essence with Guru Tara's holy Vajra body. And so from the Om and Tara's crown chakra, white light flows out through her brow into our brow, filling the body completely and purifying all the the stains that have arisen from non-virtuous actions of body, like killing, stealing, and adultery, sexual misconduct, and other non-virtuous actions of body in past lives and in this life. It's all completely purified into emptiness. Then our body, instead of continually being a source of suffering, hunger, thirst, discomfort, and so forth, it becomes a source spontaneously and continuously, a source of great bliss, enjoyment, and virtue for us and all sentient beings. Spontaneously engages in actions to benefit all sentient beings, and free them from suffering, the oceans of samsara suffering. And then we make the next request. Please bless me to purify all obscurations of my speech, so that it will become one in essence with Guru Tara's holy love of speech. Red light emanates from the Tara's throat and curves in an arc into my throat. My speech is purified completely of all obscurations and becomes one in essence with Guru Tara's holy love of speech. Also imagine this red light from the Tara's throat flows into I. Throat completely fills our entire body. Purifies all of our negative karma and stains arisen from that, due to having engaged in the four non-virtues of speech and other non-virtuous actions of speech. The lying, harsh speech, slander, idle gossip, meaningless speech, and so forth. Completely purified. And then our speech becomes one with Guru Tara's Kyabje speech, which means we continually engages in speech or actions, not that we talk all the time, but engages. Whenever we do talk, it's only beneficial to sentient beings, causing virtuous attitudes and bliss, realizations of compassion and emptiness, and so forth to arise in their minds. And then the third request, please bless me to purify all obscurations of my mind, so that it will become one in essence with Guru Tara's holy government. So in response to a request, then blue light rays emanate from the home at Tara's heart and curves in an arc into my heart. My mind is purified of all obscurations and becomes one in essence with Guru Tara's holy government. And so as before, with regard to mind. So try to imagine strongly your mind becomes one with Aritara's, Guru Aritara's, in that holy mind. Try your best to imagine what that would be like, and to imagine it actually happening. And the fourth request. Please bless me to purify all delusions and subtle obscuration to omniscience, so that my body, speech, and mind will become one with Guru Aritara's holy body, speech, and mind. Now the three colored beams, light rays, emanate simultaneously from the Om, Ah, and Hum syllables, curving in arc and entering my three places completely purifying all my delusions and subtle obscurations to omissions. My body, speech, and mind become one in essence. With Guru Tara's holy body, holy speech, and holy mind. So then my root guru dissolves into our entire, melts into green light, which flows into me. Instantly, my wrong conception that I and all other phenomena are self-existent or inherently existent, together with my dualistic mind and its views, disappear, becoming completely empty, not even a trace of them remains. And I concentrate one-pointedly in its empty state, with the wisdom that is indistinguishably one with Guru Tara's blissful, omniscient mind. And so, to the best of your ability, meditate on emptiness for a few minutes. So remember, the Guru, above the crown of the head, dissolves into light, which dissolves into the Tara, that is heart. The Tara gradually dissolves into green light, which sinks down and pervades your entire being. And then you become completely absorbed in meditation on the ultimate nature of all phenomena. So all phenomena being empty, not of inherent existence. And you think you and all phenomena, all other such beings around you, all the environment, they all dissolve into bliss and emptiness. Okay, so then out of this emptiness, so with your mind, so again, if you have initiation in the Tara, with your own mind, you become Tara. If you don't have initiation in Tara, then think that the mind arises. Well, think that Tara appears in the space as a manifestation of the wisdom of emptiness and compassion. The sun is like this. Then out of that emptiness, wisdom mind manifests instantly as Arya Tara's holy body, seated upon a lotus in a moon cushion. And my heart is another lotus and moon, upon which in the center stands the soul tongue, surrounded in a clockwise direction by the symbols of the mantra and so. The tongue and the mantra are manifestations of Guru Tara's holy mind, with which my mind is totally united. Green light radiates from all the letters of the mantra, spreading in every direction. It purifies the negative karma, gross delusions, and subtle obscurations to the omniscience of all sentient beings. So all sentient beings around us as before, and they all become pure. A dim light radiates, bearing manifold offerings to the six transcendental senses. So make offerings to all the Buddhas and all sentient beings. So the six transcendental senses Means the five sense, eyes, ears, nose, tongue, body, and then to the mind of all the Buddhas, which are all in the nature of enlightenment. So they're called transcendental senses of all the Buddhas, and sentient beings have become para. The enlightened beings are extremely pleased and shower down the superlative qualities of Buddha, Para's holy body, speech, and mind, omniscient wisdom, supreme power, and infinite compassion, in the form of a great shower of lightnings. As I recite the mantra, I absorb and am blessed by this rain. Okay. Let's back up a little bit. We'll come back and do those. Yeah, the dedication right there. We'll do those visualizations one by one. But for now, let's focus on visualizing power. So back from emptiness, when power arises in the space, so either oneself as power or power in the space in front. So let's take a moment and scan through the aspects of the visualization, beginning with the crown. Our hair is blue-black and black in color. Half of it's piled up on top of her head and kind of gathered together with a jeweled, I don't know what we call hair bands, with a jewel on the front, kind of clasps, jeweled clasps, and then half of the hair, kind of long, wavy, and black hair. Half of it falls down over her shoulders and back. Of course, her body is all green, emerald green color. And she's youthful, like a 16-year aspect of a 16-year woman. And then her, her eyes and nose and her mouth and so forth. You can imagine how they like. But it should be all symmetrical, balanced, very beautiful, attractive. Generally not wrathful, but peaceful, smiling. And she wears a crown ornament, earrings, necklace, short, medium length, long necklaces. Armlets on the other part of the arm, bracelets around the wrists, anklets around the ankles. The upper part of the body is bare, naked. And then she has like flowing kind of silk scarves draped over her shoulders and maybe around the waist and jeweled kind of belt. And then the lower rainbow colored, striped rainbow colored lower garment, like stockings. But all of it in the nature of wisdom, transcendental wisdom, realizing emptiness, and bodhicitta, great compassion, manifesting as light, which appears in this aspect, it's all made of light, his body, garments, appearance, jewels, all made of light. Let's stand down from the top of her body, from the top of her crown to the bottom of her feet, and then back up. For about a minute, and then just whatever visualization you've been able to generate, just focus on that single point without scanning further. And focus your attention on the mantra, Tara's heart. Remember, there's a lotus in the very the center of the heart chakra, the Tara, which is just at the level of the breasts, just in the center of the chest, just in front of the central channel, which runs just in front of the spine, from the crown down to the base of the spine. But actually, it's not in front of the central channel, it's within the central channel. Right? So the central channel runs from the crown of the head down to the base of the spine, just in front of the spine, or to the base of the secret organs, secret place, just in front of the spine. And that's so at the very center, at the level of the breasts, in the center of the chest, so at the very center of the central channel, the middle of the central channel, is the heart chakra. So there, imagine very tiny, the size of a split pea, or smaller, a lotus blossom, a mundus, in the center of the mundus, standing upright, the green skin of the tongue. And then around the edge of that mundus, the letters of Taras mantra, standing upright in the clockwise direction. So the sort of the palm of Taras heart is called the concentration beam. So to generate single point concentration, you can focus on that. And that's the very center of the visualization. And then, it's when you're visualizing, reciting the mantra, visualizing, it's good to sometimes focus in on the concentration being, even very narrowly, just on the what we call the half moon. So if it's on the top of the tongue is a half moon, drop, nada. A drop and then a nada. So you can focus on those. And then you can spread the visualization out and focus on the whole other kind of mantra, the lotus and then the space of it, and then outward unconscious whole body, and then all the external environment, all the sense of beings transforming the chart all around and building those numbers around. Focus on a very vast way, and then bring the focus back in all the way down to the concentration being the tongue. So you kind of go in, do the visualization in, sometimes out, down, sometimes in, and focus on that. So now we'll do these three visualizations together with mantra recitation. So the first one is purifying all sentient. So again, in the sun, that says green light radiates from all the letters of the mantra, spreading in every direction and purifies the negative karmas, gross delusions, and subtle obscurations to omniscience of all sentient beings who become Tara. So we can start. So visualize that purification and together with reciting the mantra. Om Tara 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 Swara, Om Tara 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 Swara, Om Tara 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 Swara. We'll do the next visualization, which is making offerings. Again, light radiates, so that light radiates from the letters of the mantra. Right? Bearing manifold offerings to the 6 transcendental senses of all Buddhas and sentient beings will become taught. So imagine countless Buddhas around us and all sentient beings who have become in the nature of Torah, and then they offer skies full of beautiful offerings. As manifestations of light rays radiate out from the top and forming the cosmos. So offerings are pleasing to the 5 senses: eyes, ears, nose, tongue, and body sense. And then also offerings that are pleasing to the mind, like realizations of compassion, kindness, generosity, emptiness, and so forth. And the third visualization, which is the enlightened beings are extremely pleased by offerings and shower down the superb qualities of Buddha Tara's holy body, holy speech, and holy mind, omniscient wisdom, supreme power, and infinite compassion, in the form of a great shower of light rays. As I recite the mantra, I absorb and am blessed by this rain of light rays. So imagine all the countless Buddhas around us, they're very pleased by having done this practice and offerings. And they shower down all of their enlightened qualities in the form of a great shower of light rays, which absorbs into and blesses us in all the sentient beings. Very strongly, you all sense of are completely purified with any obscurations whatsoever, and that you carefully develop all positive qualities of the enlightenment. You become completely one in essence with the Guru and the Tara, identical in all qualities in the forms. The body, speech, and mind are completely merged, inseparable in the nature of bliss and emptiness. Wisdom realizing emptiness. With spontaneous bliss. May I quickly become Guru Ayatara and lead each and every sentient being into her enlightened state because of these merits. May the supreme jewel that is here, that is now arisen, arise and grow. And may that which has arisen not diminish but increase more and I will dedicate extensively with King prayers. I bow down to you for our Mandushu, the lions amongst humans, ground of freedom, in the present, past, and future, and the worlds of 10 directions to all of you with body, speech, and sincere mind I bow down. With the energy and aspiration for the Bodhisattva way, with a sense of deep respect, and with as many bodies as atoms of the world, To all you Buddhas visualized as real, I bow down. And every atom of Buddhist numbers as atoms, each amidst a host of bodhisattvas, and I am confident the sphere of all phenomena is entirely filled with Buddhas in the story, with infinite oceans of praise for you, and oceans of sound from the aspects of my voice, I sing the breathtaking excellence of Buddhas, and celebrate all of you born of bliss. Beautiful flowers and regal garlands, sweet music, scented oils and parasites, sparkling lights and sublime incense I offer to you with 20 stones. Fine dress and fragrant perfumes, sandalwood powder heaped high as Mount Moon, all wondrous offerings in spectacular array I offer to you with 20 stones. With transcended offerings, peerless and vast, with profound admiration for all the Buddhas, with strength of conviction in the Bodhisattva way, I offer and bow down to all victorious ones. Every harmful action I have done, with my body, speech, and mind, overwhelmed by attachment, anger, and confusion, all these I openly lay bare before you. I lift up my heart and rejoice in all positive potential of the Buddhas and Bodhisattvas in 10 directions, of solitary realizers, hearers still training and live beyond, and of all ordinary beings. You who are the bright lights of the worlds in 10 directions, who have attained the Buddha's omniscience through the stages of awakening, all you who are my guides, please turn the supreme wheel of Dharma. With my palms together, I earnestly request you who may actualize Parinirvana, please stay with us for eons numberless as atoms of the world, for the happiness and well-being of all wonders in samsara. Whatever slight positive potential I am created by paying homage, offering, and acknowledging my faults, rejoicing and requesting that the Buddhas stay and teach. I now dedicate all this for full awakening. May you Buddhas now living in the world of 10 directions, and all you gone to freedom in the past, accept my offerings. May those not yet arisen quickly perfect their minds, awakening as fully enlightened ones. May all worlds in 10 directions be entirely pure and vast. May they be filled with bodhisattvas, surrounding Buddhas that gathered beneath the Bodhi tree. May as many beings as exist in the 10 directions be always well and happy. May all samsaric beings live in accordance with Dharma, and may their every Dharma wish be fulfilled. Remembering my past lives and all varieties of existence, may I practice the Bodhisattva way, and thus in each cycle of death, migration, and birth. May I always abandon the household of life. Then following in the footsteps of all the Buddhas and perfecting the practice of the Bodhisattva, may I always act without error or compromise, with ethical discipline, faultless and pure. May I teach the Dharma in the language of gods, in every language of spirits and nagas, of humans and of demons, and in the voice of every form of being. May I be gentle-minded, cultivating the 6 paramitas, and never forget bodhicitta. May I completely cleanse without omission every negativity and all that obscures this awakening mind. May I traverse in all my lives in the world, free of karma, afflictions, and interfering forces, just as the lotus blossom is undisturbed by the water's wave, and just as the sun and moon move unhindered through the sky. May I ease the suffering in the lower realms and in the many directions and dimensions of the universe. May I guide all wonders in samsara to the pure bliss of awakening, and be of worldly benefit to them as well. May I practice constantly for eons to come, perfecting the activities of awakening, acting in harmony with the various dispositions of beings, showing the ways of the Bodhisattva. May I always have the friendship of those whose path is like mine, and with body, words, and also mind, may we practice together the same aspirations and activities. May I always meet a spiritual mentor and never displease the excellent friend who deeply wishes to help me and expertly teaches the Bodhisattva way. May I always directly see the Buddhas, masters encircled by Bodhisattvas, and without pause or discouragement for eons to come, may I make extensive offerings to them. May I hold within me the Buddha's genuine Dharma, illuminate everywhere the teachings that awaken, embody the realizations of the Bodhisattva, and practice ardently in all future eons. While circling through all states of existence, may I become an endless treasure of good qualities, skillful means, wisdom, samadhi, and liberating stabilizations, gathering limitless, pristine wisdom and positive potential. On one atom, I shall see Buddha fields numberless as atoms, inconceivable Buddhas among Bodhisattvas in every field, practicing the activities of awakening. Perceiving this in all directions, I dive into an ocean of Buddha fields, each an ocean of the 3 times Buddhas in the space of a wisp of hair. So I too will practice for an ocean of eons. Thus I am continually immersed in the speech of the Buddhas, expression that reveals an ocean of qualities in one word, the completely pure eloquence of all the Buddhas, communication suited to the very tendencies of beings. With strength of understanding, I plunge into the infinite light speech of the Dharma of all Buddhas and 3 times gone to freedom, who continually turn the wheel of Dharma methods. I shall experience in one moment such that vast activity of all future eons, and I will enter into all eons of the three times in but a fraction of a second. In one instant, I shall see all those awakened beings, past, present, and future lives amongst humans, and with the power of the illusion-like stabilization, I will constantly engage in the inconceivable activity. I shall manifest upon one single atom the ray of pure lands, present, past, and future. Likewise, I shall enter the ray of pure Buddha fields in every direction without exception. I shall enter the very presence of all my guides, those lights of this world who are yet to appear, those sequentially turning the wheels of complete awakening, those who reveal nirvana, final peace. May I achieve the power of swift magical omniscience, the power to lead to the great vehicle to every approach, the power of voice beneficial activity, the power of love pervading all realms, the power of all surpassing positive potential, the power of supreme knowledge unobstructed by discrimination, and through the powers of wisdom, skillfulness, and samadhi, may I achieve the perfect power of awakening, purifying the power of all contaminating actions, crushing the power of disturbing emotions at the root, diffusing the power of interfering forces. I shall perfect the power of the Bodhisattva practice. May I purify an ocean of worlds. May I free an ocean of beings. May I clearly see an ocean of Dharma. May I realize an ocean of pristine wisdom. May I purify an ocean of activities. May I fulfill an ocean of aspirations. May I make offerings to an ocean of Buddhas. May I practice without discouragement for an ocean of eons. To awaken fully to this Bodhisattva way, I shall fulfill without exception all the diverse aspirations of the awakening practice of all the Buddhas gone to freedom in three times everywhere. In order to practice exactly as the wise one called Samantabhadra, all embracing good, the elder brother of the sons and daughters of the Buddhas, I completely dedicate all this goodness. Likewise, may I dedicate just as the skillful Samantabhadra, with pure body, speech, and mind, pure actions, and pure Buddha fields. I shall give rise to the aspirations of Manjushri for this Bodhisattva practice of all embracing good, to perfect these practices without discouragement or pause in all future eons. May my pure activities be endless, may my good qualities be boundless, and through abiding in immeasurable activity, may I actualize infinite emanations. Limitless is the end of space, likewise limitless are living beings, thus limitless are karma and afflictions. May my aspirations reach be limitless as well. One may offer to the Buddhas all wealth and adornments of infinite worlds in 10 directions, and one may offer during eons numberless as atoms of the world, even the greatest happiness of gods and humans. But whoever hears this extraordinary aspiration and longing for highest awakening gives rise to faith just once, creates far more precious positive potential. Those who make this heartfelt aspiration for the Bodhisattva way will be free of all lower rebirths, free of harmful companions, and will quickly see Amitabha infinite light. And even in this very human life, they will be nourished by happiness and have all conducive circumstances. Without waiting long, they will become like Samantabhadra himself. Those who give voice to this extraordinary aspiration will quickly and completely purify the five boundless harmful actions created under the power of ignorance. Blessed with supreme knowledge, excellent body, family attributes, and appearance, they will be invincible to vast interfering forces and misleading teachers, and all the three worlds and make offerings, going to the noble Bodhi tree and sitting there to benefit sentient beings, subduing all interfering forces. They will fully awaken and turn the great wheel of Dharma. Have no doubt that complete awakening is the fully ripened result, comprehended only by a Buddha, of holding in mind by teaching, reading, or reciting this aspiration of the Bodhisattva practice, in order to train just like the hero Manjushri, who knows reality as it is, and just like Samantabhadra as well. I completely dedicate all this goodness just as they do. With that dedication, which is praised as greatest, by all the Buddhas gone to freedom in the three times, I too dedicate all my roots of goodness for the attainments of the Bodhisattva practice. When the moment of my death arrives, by eliminating all obscurations and directly proceeding Amitabha, may I go immediately to Sukhavati, pure land of great joy. Having gone to Sukhavati, may I actualize the meaning of these aspirations, fulfilling them all without exception, for the benefit of the beings for as long as this world endures. Born from an extremely beautiful, superlative lotus in this joyful land, the mandalas, the Buddha's magnificent mandala, may I receive a prediction of my awakening directly from the Buddha Amitabha. Having received a prediction there, may I create vast benefit for beings throughout the 10 directions with a billion emanations of the power of wisdom. For even the small virtues I've accumulated by offering this prayer of the Bodhisattva practice, may all the positive aspirations of beings be fulfilled in an instant. Through creating limitless positive potential, by dedicating this prayer to mantra on the seeds, may all beings drowning in this torrent of suffering enter the presence of Amitabha. Through this king of aspirations, which is the greatest of the sublime, opening infinite wonders in samsara, With the accomplishment of the scriptural dazzling with Samatha Mantra's practice, the suffering realms be utterly emptied of all beings. And then we dedicate also for special dedication for today.
Venerable, if you don't mind, can I share it, because I got even more names.
Sure, go ahead and share. And we dedicate especially for everyone who has COVID-19 this time and all those who have suffered, who lost loved ones during the pandemic, especially recently, especially Seamar's mother and countless others who are suffering now from hunger, thirst, loneliness, depression, abuse, and so forth during the pandemic. And they'll be free from all these kinds of suffering. And then, can you enlarge it, Shanti? I can barely read it. Okay. We would like to dedicate to the long and health, stable life and fulfillment of all the wishes of all our gurus, especially those of Dalai Lama Zopa Rinpoche and Kyabje Lama Zopa Rinpoche, and Constant Rinpoche. And for the long and healthy lives of all of our Dharma teachers, especially Geshe Tingling, Geshe Sheda, Geshe Tenzin Dorje, and all the others. And then for the quick enlightenment of all of our benefactors. And then for those with health issues, especially may they be freed from all the illness and perfectly recover, have perfect health. Yeah. So especially Anna Wilson-Gren, Venerable Kunga Senge, Lucas Rodriguez, Anna Sofia Ortega, Manohar Gill, and others. And then especially all those who've died or passed away recently. Just going to scroll down, Shanti. Those who died. Okay, those who've recently passed away, especially Gabriel Zaisimur, Venerable Losang Sijin, who's at Nalanda and Tayama. And then Indrajit Kumar, Kaur, Ravi, Mandakar, Raman, Vasola, Menzies, Hari, and all the others. May they quickly take precious from the rebirth or reborn in Pure Land with whatever conditions are most beneficial for them to quickly progress and generate all the realizations in the path of enlightenment. And then for all the Dharma projects, especially Root Institute for Wisdom Culture, the other community centers in India, Nepal, and all the other, all of the Dharma organizations, monasteries, galleries, and centers, and have all conditions to flourish and bring infinite benefit to sentient beings. May the Holy Dharma be reestablished in its origin in India and all over the world, and all sentient beings. Yeah. You need to change that last line, Chandra. All sentient beings what? To say something. May all sentient beings be well, right? I'll be free from something. In short. And then bring to mind any other prayers, personal prayers you have like to make, just bring them to mind. So may all your personal prayers and aspirations, which in accord with Dharma, be fulfilled. In short, may all of our actions contribute to the well-being of all sentient beings, never causing even the slightest harm. And may we and all such beings will become and then nature with our own time. Okay. Thank you all for joining today, and I hope you can make it next week.
Happy Chokur Duchen. We have a program in the evening for July 14th, Chokur Duchen. Also, His Holiness is teaching on Tuesday and Wednesday morning, India time. Most welcome to join our program, and otherwise have a virtuous Chokur Duchen. Thank you.